Sunday morning, January 4th, 2026. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen where it is breakfast time. Well, no kidding. And just for the heck of it, I wanted to do an omelet or two this morning. And so, might as well share my attempt with everybody here on YouTube Live, because if there's one thing I have had difficulty with time and time again, it is making omelets. So all I can do is practice, and that's why I call this video practicing omelets, so that if I mess it up, I can chalk it up as practice. Oh, forgot one thing. Wastebasket for the eggshells. Yeah, because, well, here is a cast iron skillet, specifically the modern day Blacklock cast iron skillet from Lodge. I better make sure already that, okay, good, we have a little ways to go yet. Really, the temperature to do an omelet is about 350 degrees, so this thing is gradually getting up to that temperature because, oh yeah, how many YouTube videos are out there doing the egg test, making sure my eggs won't stick on this cast iron pan. And of course, the real reason why eggs stick is the pan is too hot. And this is why we always say when making eggs in cast iron, we do it low and slow, which is exactly what I'm doing here. Means I'd better start getting my eggs ready so that well, it'll be ready when it reaches the right temperature. Gonna do 3 eggs. Okay, here we are. 1. 2. Careful with the shells. Come on. There we are. And 3. Okay, we start by beating up our eggs here. And then one trick that I was taught years ago by a chef is you run maybe a little dash of water into this, no more than that, just so that the eggs will loosen. So I just put this under the faucet and just do a spurt of water. And that's that. And the consistency of the eggs looks different too. All right, now that that's ready, let's check the temperature again, and holy cow, we're already over 400. Definitely better turn this down a little bit. Okay, that went faster than I thought, quite frankly, because, oh, there we go, we're getting a little better now. Because, again, this is about the temperature we need to do some eggs. So, let us put some butter in. And here comes attempt number 1. Yeah, the fact that it's smoking tells me my pan might be too hot, so I've turned the temperature, I've turned the oven stovetop temperature down. But, well, this is practice, it's, as I said. And with that, in go the eggs. I am kind of mad at myself because I was going to use a fish spatula on this omelet. And I looked through my utensils and found I did not have a fish spatula. I must have given it away earlier this year and then just plain forgot about it. So later today, I'm definitely going to have to go out get myself a fish spatula. So we're going to have to do this with simply a silicone spatula instead. Hello to Linda Rowler And hello to Valerie Bauer, Linda Routher and Valerie. Yeah, am I reading this right? Okay. And hello to William Hurd. I like to use a dash of milk. And Brody YYC. I literally just finished frying eggs in my cast iron. Haven't even eaten them yet. Well, there we go. We've got some entertainment for you. Let me see. At this point, yeah, definitely the difference, of course, between this and scrambled eggs is you need this to solidify before I do before I try folding the omelet. So here's the part where if I was doing scrambled eggs, I would start pushing the egg around, but we have to wait a minute. So just throw in a little bit of salt. Little bit of pepper. And we hold tight. As I've said enough times in the past week, I am on the carnivore diet, which means I'm not going to do any dairy in this, no cheese in this. It is just going to be a very basic egg omelet, and that's it. American Lodge Dutch oven, I'm debating buying one. Well, the short answer is yes, if you need it. My first bare cast iron Dutch oven was a 5-quart Dutch oven. I got an enormous amount of use out of it. I ended up giving it away only because I later managed to acquire vintage Dutch ovens, one from Griswold, one from Birmingham Stove and Range, but there was absolutely nothing wrong with a modern-day American Lodge Dutch oven. And for that matter, if you're talking about an enameled Dutch oven, I would still say yes, because you can get an enormous amount of use out of an enameled oven as well. So definitely. Also, the Lodge enameled Dutch oven is very high quality for enameled cast iron, so I would still recommend it. Let me try moving this around a little bit. Looks like it's a little bit uneven, unfortunately. And yeah, it's been pointed out that my stove is uneven and needs to be leveled. Unfortunately, that's going to be something of a project, partly because one of the little legs on the stove actually came out. It didn't break, it somehow came out. All right. When did you start carnivore again? Just about a week ago, in fact. I think it was a week ago today, on Sunday. So, it's just a matter, and as I said a couple of days ago, I think I am starting to feel it kicking in. All right, let's see what we can do here. Carefully. And it looks like I might, okay, not bad so far. Hey, that wasn't so hard. All right. Now that we've done that, try to move this to the center, fold it over a little bit. Where did my glove go? Turn this around again. Actually, this one didn't turn out bad at all. Nice basic omelet here. So, that wasn't so hard. I'm surprised how quickly that one turned out. Bam, just like that. Funny, Alton Brown only recently brought back this really ridiculous kitchen tool that he famously reviewed years ago, the Rolly, which is some kind of a thing where, some kind of a round thing where you dump eggs into it and it produces a tube of egg. Well, here we go. More proof that that Rolly thing was definitely a unitasker. But yeah. All right, that wasn't so bad. Meanwhile, we are at, looks like the temperature's actually gone down a little bit. So I can, well, since that one turned out so well, and it was a little bit over 350, so I would have to say somewhere between 350 to 400 would be the optimum temperature to do an omelet. Boy, this didn't take long at all. This is going to be a pretty short live video. I did carnivore over the summer and felt amazing, and now I've added potatoes and rice because I do line with them. Yeah, and yeah. I've seen some people post on Facebook and other places where the carnivore diet is making them go crazy because they want other things besides meat. Well, it's only been a week for me, but I can definitely say that I do miss potatoes already. Nonetheless, we'll just see what happens. All right, I bought 2 of them pans, haven't used it yet. Well, there's a good excuse to use it, I would have to say. Because that won't, well, stop talking, why don't I? And let's do one more. Okay, here we go again. Oh, damn it. This was terrible. Okay, let me turn this temperature down so it doesn't get too hot. Get these shells out. I wonder if this is an underdeveloped egg. Oh, there we go. Got it. And even though a couple pieces of shell got on the counter, none got in the bowl. So that's 1. Here comes 2. And 3. All right. Do believe, did I see a tiny piece of shell floating in there? There we go. I think we got it. Okay. Oh, now I just got more shell. Great. Okay, there we go. I think that got it. Yeah, with eggshell, you use the shell to get the shell out. Once again, we beat up these eggs. Getting better at beating my eggs, too. Good night, everybody. All right, tiny splash of water. There we go, this looks good. Yeah, I'm a little anal with checking this temperature, I know, but look at this, we're already over 400. I definitely have to turn this down a little bit and wait for just a few seconds or so. Hey, look, the outer part of this handle is still cool enough to lift. So let me put this aside just for a minute. All right. Sam Ostroff Cooks. I make a 2-egg omelet in my 12-inch Blacklock. Because of the extreme heat and thinness, they cook in about 30 seconds. Nice. All right, I meant to add the extreme heat of cast iron. I only set the heat at about 3 or 4 and let it come to temperature. That's exactly what I did, but I waited too long, and so this got just a little bit hot, but that should not take very long. Here comes the temperature gun again. Okay, good. We're already down to a better time. So, let's do this quickly. Put this back on. Where did that fork go? Here's the fork. Butter. Might be too much butter, maybe. Take out the rest of this butter. Whoops, if I can. And in go the eggs for number 2. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be an hour and a half long live video. We've been about 15 minutes, and from the looks of things, if it all goes well, I should be done in just the next few minutes or so. So that's not so bad. You can never have too much butter. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. Like I said, I'm on this carnivore diet. Technically, I suppose I shouldn't be having any butter, but I know just a little bit like that won't spoil it. Okay. Nonetheless, this is yet more proof that yes, you can get a non-stick surface with cast iron. Because what you need more than anything else is temperature control. That and a good pepper grinder. And now it's just a matter of waiting for it to settle. Yeah, like I said a few minutes ago, I'm definitely going to have to make a project of trying to level my oven. I'm going to need something, maybe even I might have to get a jack or something just to raise it a fraction of an inch so that I can get that leg back on. Let me show you what I mean. Here is the leg from the bottom of the oven. Don't want to hold it over the food. It is not broken. It just somehow came out. Maybe it wasn't in correctly in the first place or something. So I'm going to have to do a project of getting it in correctly. And that's why I think I might actually have to jack up the oven so that about a fraction of an inch so that I can actually get that thing in properly. That's going to be fun. Looks like, though, in the meantime, turn this around a little bit. Because, yeah, definitely one side is heating faster than the other. Butter is fine in carnivore as long as you do okay with it. It's still animal-based. It's just the lion diet people that don't eat dairy. Yeah, I'm not going to go to any kind of an extreme with this. I've seen some other YouTube channels praising the carnivore diet to high heaven, claiming it lowers their blood pressure, they no longer have arthritis, and other things like that. I have to say I'm skeptical about that. But, well, I'm trying it myself, so we can only see what happens. Meanwhile, not bad. This side is not done yet, though. There we go. I want this side to be a little more solid before I flip it more. It really will do those things. Well, I'm looking forward to it in that case. I've been using a cane for the past couple of years because I developed arthritis in my knee. I'm not crippled. Oh, look at this little air bubble here. I'm not crippled, but my leg definitely does get stiff. Bam. There we go. Not only was that not hard, these may be a couple of the best omelets I've done so far, although I'm not finished with this one yet. So I better not say anything. I mean, this still looks, yeah, this definitely still looks, what's the word they want? Creamy. So let's make one more attempt to flip this one more time. Hope this doesn't ruin it. Come on. There we go. Got it. Haha. Nice. It may not have the oval shape of a professional French chef omelet, but we definitely have an omelet. Which means, out we go. Bam. That was, quite frankly, easier than I thought. As I said at the beginning, I was practicing omelets because I've had a tendency to mess them up and turn them into scrambled eggs. Oh, and here's that extra pat of butter. But look at that. I've already turned the oven off. That actually, as I said, was well, probably two of the easiest and maybe best omelets I've done. So I like that. I'm quite happy. And I'm glad that you folks were here to watch it. Okay, arthritis is inflammatory based and carnivore is the least inflammatory diet you could eat. Well, that's certainly possible, yes. And, well, as I said, I'll find out. My goal is to hopefully be down to a decent weight just in time for April and the National Cornbread Festival. So But as I said, that's the long term. The short term is, hey, look at this once again. This is the Lodge Blacklock skillet, which I definitely use as a breakfast pan because of its shape. It is definitely the shape of a chef's skillet. And, well, as you see, did a pretty good job cooking these omelets. Well, I know it's a tool, but I will give a lot of credit to the tool. And yeah, what we need is temperature control more than anything else. Although after this, as I said, I'm going to have to go out and get myself a fish spatula. I was also anal and I checked the temperature with a temperature gun, which I know most folks don't have to do. But hey, it worked. And there we go. Well, yeah, excellent. Well, thank you again, Sam Ostroff. Yeah, we are just about done, Rocket Caver, because I have cooked a couple of omelets. You can watch the watch the playback, and it is time for breakfast. Carnivore diet, so I'm just eating this as is, but this should be plenty. This is 6 eggs. This is more. This is probably definitely enough. This will get me through to supper, most likely. All right, but thank you again, though, for everybody who's been kind enough to drop by. And like I said, this has only been 21 minutes anyway, so you can always catch the replay and feel free to comment. Because, yeah, the rough surface of a Lodge cast iron, I mean, you can't cook anything in it without sticking. Uh-huh. Okay, weight loss will happen, but I like to call it health optimization instead of way of eating, not a weight loss diet. Yeah, that is a good way to describe it. I mean, really, because that's the whole point, is that in order for this weight to stay off, I have to change my lifestyle. Meaning no more binging. That's really what brought on the weight more than anything else. So we will see what happens there. But as for now, like I said, time for breakfast. Thank you to everybody. Thank you. Hello, Mikeide or Mishide, message retracted, and Brody YYC and Sam Ostroff. And yes, hello to Rocket Caver and Mark Sieber and Cleo Buens. So thank you, everybody, for dropping by. And, well, we will catch you later. Have a good Sunday, everybody, and enjoy yourself.